Welcome back to Extra Holiday Games. I'm Extra Holiday, and we're actually going to go to school now. I was holding off because, well, I suspect we'll get through this much quicker than Scout did. Being that we are not going to pay attention to the text at all. We're just going to mash through it, and then we'll be able to move on with our lives. And by lives, I mean the challenge, because I don't know if doing a challenge run in a Pokemon game actually counts as having a life, but if it doesn't, then I guess it's not really me then, you know. All right, anywho, let's just mashing time. Had a blast, yeah. Yeah, so since we're just kind of there's going to be a lot of talking to get through in this episode, so I'm gonna just kind of ramble on if I can. I do appreciate this setup for the game where they're like, yes, you're going to a school, you're learning to become a Pokemon trainer. That's cool. It is a nice change of pace, right? And I could actually have said the same thing about Gen 8, because Gen 8, they were like, oh yes, the gym challenge is actually like a big deal. And that was a nice change of pace. And Gen 7 had trials, which was also a nice, it's different. Favorite thing? Well, Troopa's favorite thing is battling. And then Nimona. Yeah, she asks the questions. I want to be a strong trainer. All right. So yeah. I do like the setup for your adventure on this one, because it's very cool. It's new and it's original, and it's fun. Right? Okay. And I'm going to do things the opposite way that I did them in Violet. That's the name of the game. Just for the sake of it, really. No real reason. Now, there's this lady here. Who we will soon learn. Her name is... Or not necessarily her name. She looked awesome. La Primera. Yeah, that's what they call her. Not necessarily her name. Which apparently means the first in Spanish. Which I did not know this. But it makes sense because Prime is like the first of a series in English. So, Prime, Primera makes some sense. And yes, Nimona's going to go on and on about how she's a champion rank trainer, and I should try to be a champion rank trainer, and I will be a champion rank trainer. But I don't necessarily need to hear all this again to do that. Well, and then we get... All right, she puts the gyms on our map. That's right. And hey, the name of the quest is Victory Road. That's fun. Yeah, I'll give it some thought. All right, let's go over to the cafeteria where we meet Arvin again, who I learned is not actually all that much of a dick. He just doesn't like Nimona, and Nimona doesn't like him. So yeah. Troopa, yeah. Yeah, because here he's acting rather friendly. I do want to see if this section's a little bit different, though. Because the book he's holding is a different color. Yep. You can refute ferocious beast. Suffered a brutal blow. Oh, see, they called it a mortal blow in the other version, which implies that it was fatal. Which here they say brutal, which, oh wait, no, okay, no, it does say it was mortally wounded. Okay, I was wrong. Whoops, didn't get to read that because I smashed through it too much, even though I actually wanted to read that part. Yeah, sure. And then he's like, no, don't answer me yet. We're gonna present you the option later by putting stuff on your map and letting you go where you want to go. Yeah, spoiler. This game's a little more open than most Pokemon games. They let you tackle various different things in whatever order, which is pretty neat. That is pretty much what gives this game the potential to be my favorite generation of Pokemon. But we will see. They could still screw it up royally. Yes, that's you. Who are you? It's Cassiopeia. Who could Cassiopeia possibly be? Maybe the only other person that we talked to about Team Star other than Nimona. And the director. Yeah. Also says, yeah, you don't need to tell me right this second. And then this guy comes in and he's all like, oh, don't be talking too loud. Otherwise people are going to hear everything about what you're saying, including me. And I'm definitely not the bad guy. I think he might be the bad guy. But no, it's fine. Right, and then they want me to go to the director's office because I'm in trouble. Ding dong ding. What? All right, to the office. I will say, I do like the color theming of Violet better. Like, all this orange is like, it's too much, right? I like the blue and the purplish, but like orange, I feel like it gets tiring more easily as a color. Oh, where's this person you want to introduce me to? I'm a kid who somehow has no experience with telecommunications technology somehow in the 21st century. Okay. Oh, snap. See, this is one of the differences between games is the professor is different. Oh my god, she has fangs. Professor Sada. Uh-huh. You've been through Area 0. Right. You work in Area 0. Right. Graduate. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. I am actually just kind of keeping an eye on the text here because I want to see how different it is. Hi, Coridon. Yeah. It wasn't your care. Uh-huh. Yeah. I half expected her to be like, oh, I don't need your answer yet. Like the last two people did. Yeah. Here's my phone. Thanks. Yeah, much like the Arc phone, the Rotom phone seems like kind of a pain to get in and out of your pocket just because of the shape of the case. Also, yes, probably Mr. Clavel. This is probably one of them there Area 0 Pokemon. Okay, cool. We're done here? Good. We're done here. Oh, and then Nemona's here. Yeah, let's go. We get our own dorm room, which is pretty neat. I mean, I guess they did say that earlier. But look at this dorm. This is better than anything I had in college. And these kids are like... they're like middle school age at most. So... yeah, it's... Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I certainly can't. Yep. Gonna go to bed, and then when we wake up, it'll be like 3 months from now. Because time skip. It's interesting that our Pokemon don't gain any levels during this time skip. Because you know for a fact Nemona's going to be battling us all the time, right? Like, apparently we just lost every battle with her. Which, I mean, by Nuzlocke rules means that we would be dead. But we're just going to ignore that idea. Yeah. It's time, indeed. It is, in fact, time. We've been waiting forever. Let's go out to the schoolyard. Yeah. The schoolyard. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. So, here's where they make their big old announcement to be like, oh, the treasure hunt has started. Oh, yeah. Did I mention there's a treasure hunt in this game? I mean, Nemona mentioned it, but I kind of zipped by it. But it's one of those treasure hunts where there's not like a defined treasure. It's just like the treasure is the friends we made along the way, sorts of things, you know. So, yeah. We are, in fact, just gonna go out and do whatever, basically. I don't know. Should I reveal it now? I have determined what path we will be taking, or at least what path we'll be starting with. Because as I've mentioned, and as you could probably tell if you've been actually paying attention to the text, yeah, they're going to give us options on which way to go. And I have an idea. However, we may need to do a little bit of stalling. Because Scout hasn't really gone that far in that direction yet. So, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll make it through. I am curious. It is interesting to me to do these two different series out of basically the same game. Just on account of the fact that I feel like they would appeal to different people. Like, some people want to go through and they want to hear me read every line of dialogue. They want to see me catch every Pokemon and interact with every part of the game. And that's generally how I like to play games. I don't generally do this. I don't generally just skip through text and ignore a bunch of stuff. Can I get on? No, I can't get on them yet. Okay. But it's interesting. I wonder how many people are going to be like, will either watch one, decide it's not for them, and then watch the other and like it, or we'll watch both and be like, I definitely like that one, the one of them better. So if you have any thoughts on it, I mean, feel free to leave a comment, because this is an interesting experiment for me. I've never really done this before. Essentially played the same game twice, but in different ways. So, and also, of course, there's the interlocking element where, you know, Troopa is somewhat reliant on Scout. And when I said stalling earlier, I didn't necessarily mean actual stalling. I mean, like, we're not going to just head directly for the first challenge. Because, turns out, actually, we're kind of getting there, but we're about to unlock access to a lot of new areas, even in around the areas that we've already been in. So, we have a little bit of item gathering to do. Probably in the next episode. But first we have to get through all this telling us that, hey, you've got 3 different paths you can take. And you can go whichever way you want. Which is neat. It really is neat. One of my favorite things about the first generation of Pokemon is how at a certain point you can do the gyms in kind of any order. Like gyms 4 through 7, well, 4 through 6 in the originals, and then 4 through 7 in the Let's Go games, you can do in pretty much any order, which is fun. I like that. What was that all about? I don't know. But it's time to go. Probably. That's what gym buildings look like, by the way. And don't know what he's saying here that his treasure would actually be, but, you know, it's fine. Hey, Koraidon. Nice to see you. I am kind of curious what your ride form looks like. Oh. It's a little silly. In fact, it even looks a little more silly than Miraidon's. Like Miraidon I kind of get because it's kind of like a digital type Pokemon. Like it's almost like a robot. But Koraidon this thing is definitely organic. And if you didn't know, wheels don't really work on organic creatures. Yeah, if you've got blood vessels, then you can't really have a wheel as a part of your body. Oh, it's not even using the wheels. It's just running. Okay, well that makes more sense. Okay, well, in that case, oh hey, yeah, actually, we're gonna go do some more exploring next time, or rather, we're gonna pick up items that Scout found while exploring next time. But as for this episode, that's a wrap. Still trying to figure out what to do with Troopa's outro.